In the case of 2-year-old Tice, Josh, joining us now from Colorado Springs, Colorado, is Cheyenne. You see, Cheyenne can't stand the sight of her ex-boyfriend, Josh, because Josh is denying that he's the father of her 2-year-old son, Tice. Now, Cheyenne admits she was with an ex around the time she got pregnant, but says she is positive that Josh is Tice's dad. Watch this.
I have to admit, I was sleeping with 2 men around the time I got pregnant with my son, Tice. When I think about the position that I put my son, Tice, in, it really breaks my heart. But I was honest about the mistake I made. I told Josh and another man that they could possibly be my son's father. I just didn't know for sure. The day Tice was born, I took one look at him and I knew Josh was his father. Throughout Tice's life, Josh has done nothing but abandon him. Tice doesn't even know Josh as dad, and I blame Josh for that. I went through my pregnancy all alone, and I struggled as a single mom. My boyfriend, Cory, came into our lives when Tice was 6 months old. Cory's the one who has stepped up. It's Cory buying diapers and wipes and shoes, and Josh has done nothing. I will prove that Josh is the father. And then I need him to step up and start taking responsibility for his son.
So, as we just heard, Cheyenne's boyfriend, Cory, has stepped up to be the father figure to Tice. But Cory also says Josh should man up to be a father to Tice. We're going to meet Cory in a bit. But first, why is there a question of paternity? Is it because you were sleeping with 2 guys at the time?
Yes, I was. I was in another relationship at the time when I was sleeping with both men. And I got pregnant shortly afterwards.
You were honest enough to tell both of them.
I was honest with both of them, and when I found out I was pregnant, I told both of them that one of them was the father, and I also showed them the pregnancy test over video chat.
But you know what Josh says? Josh says that you basically told him to stay away, that you kind of believed during your pregnancy it was your ex.
That's a lie. Josh told us that he didn't want to be involved and that my ex at the time would have been a better father to him, and we're just going to let us do our own thing.
You were kind of unsure, as I understand it, until you delivered. Then what happened?
Yes. As soon as Tice came out, I took one look at him, and my motherly instinct told me that Josh was his father, and he looked just like him, had all the same features and everything. Their noses are the same, their lips, they're like everything about them.
And you all have an older child, right?
Yes, we do. And Tice looks just like him as a baby. And look at their noses, their chins, their facial structure, their eye shape, everything about them looks so similar.
Josh says he doubts he's the father because, look, I mean, you were sleeping with 2 guys at the same time. Who knows who could be the father?
I don't really care, Maury. Those are excuses to me, honestly. I feel like he really needs to step up and take responsibility for his son.
Why do you resent Josh so much?
Because he doesn't help me with Tice or seem to care about his well-being in general, or care to be a father and step up enough and take responsibility at all.
So you met your current boyfriend, Cory, when you were like 6 months pregnant, and this kind of changed your life, right?
It did, because Cory stepped in and took on not only Tice, but my other child, and is doing the job that Josh is supposed to be doing. Cory reads to him, he plays with him, he gets him ready for the day, he does everything, he financially supports him, all the fatherly things that Josh is supposed to be doing himself, Cory is doing.
And who does Tice call daddy?
Cory is a real man and is taking all the responsibility that Josh is supposed to have.
And Tice calls him that?
Yes, he does. If you ask Tice who his father is, he will run to Cory, he will say, Dad to Cory. He will point to a picture of Cory if you ask him who his dad is. Like, that is dad to Tice. Cory is dad.
Now, this paternity issue is not only affecting Cheyenne and Josh, it also affects their significant others as well. So joining us now is Cheyenne's boyfriend, Cory, as well as Josh's wife, Autumn. Now, Cheyenne, you said Cory stepped up to be there for Tice because Josh is not around the way you think he should be. How do you do this, Cory? What do you do for Tice?
You know, just the basic fatherly stuff. I get him ready in the morning. I make him lunch. I play with him. I take him on trips.
Everything.
Just anything and everything. I mean, I'm just there for
things an actual
that
father
kid.
is supposed to do. financially supporting him as well.
Do you think of him as your son?
Oh, of course. Absolutely. I mean, I've been in his life since he was 6 months old, and, that
Changing diapers, everything.
That bond just kind of has stuck with me, and he's
because
my
Cheyenne
kid.
pushed me and the biological father and the alleged biological father away.
What do you?
I didn't push any of you away.
Legal father or
I didn't
not,
push any of
I'm
you
still
away.
doing
It is your
what I
job.
need
It
to
is your
do.
job,
Like,
not my job,
it's
to make sure
my
you're
kid.
involved.
Whether
Listen,
It would be his job if we knew
You're
who
the
his dad
father.
was. If it's not his, why should he support him?
Why should it be my job if he has somebody else's last name? And just
You
because
guys
the
are
ex
already
left, now
having a
it's my
family.
kid.
kidding me?
And
Now
okay,
it's my
first of
kid.
all, I don't understand how you, Autumn, can be respectful of a man who can't take care of his kid and not make sure he's in his life. Also, bring another kid into the world, knowing he doesn't take
Shut
care
up.
of the two that he already
Okay,
has.
hold on. Just stop.
Don't
He's
act like
trying
you guys
his
didn't
best. Rather
purposely have him because
rather
you did.
sooner than later, at least he's trying. It might have been
Oh my
now,
God.
yeah, it's 7 years later, but at least we're trying. And obviously pretty freaking well.
The
We'd
kid-
do it with Tice too if you would give us the option to, or if we even knew if it was Josh's. Because if it's Josh's,
But
yeah, we'll take on that
I've
responsibility.
given you guys the option, though. I've given you guys the
No,
option.
you
just don't
haven't.
No,
wanna
you
take.
haven't.
You
I
just
asked
don't want
every weekend
You
to
don't
have
want to
Tice,
take.
and you say
You don't
no.
want to take my compromise. You don't want to take my compromise to have him because
you're
listen,
stranger danger
you
to
are
him.
a stranger to him. I've said that you guys can see him, but I need
And
to
it's
be
your
there
fault.
because he doesn't know you. He has no clue who you are, and he's
it's
going to be
your fault.
uncomfortable. So I need to be there.
No, our door is always open.
Seriously,
It
you
is-
guys know
it is
where I
not
live.
our
I've
fault.
never denied you a relationship with him ever. Ever.
Oh, really?
I just said I need to be there because you guys are strangers to him.
Hold on for a second. Hold on. What you're saying, Cheyenne, is you don't want Josh to be around Tice without you being there. Is that right?
Yeah, and that's not because I want to be hovering. It's because Tice sees him as a stranger. They don't know who he is. And also it would just make me uncomfortable because Josh has been in some unsafe situations in his life, obviously because he's been in prison. So it's hard for me to be comfortable sending Tice over there when he's done so much wrong.
See, that
But
doesn't
I
make
mean,
any sense.
if
You truly
he's
felt that way, you
changed,
wouldn't let me have the
how many
7-year-old either.
opportunities have we given him to change? And it just keeps on going and
At
going
least
and going.
now it's been different.
Well, yeah, we've heard
maybe
that before.
you guys
though.
may have your own place
Josh,
and may
Josh,
have been
how
getting your
lo-
lives
how long-
together somehow.
How long have you
Bro,
been?
she slept with 2 people at the same time. I don't even know why you even have her back.
You
Why
were
are even
doing the
still there?
same thing.
Josh. So what you're saying, Autumn, is he's a different man now. Is that what you're saying?
He's completely different, even from when him and I got married and we first met. He's completely different.
Okay.
Well,
I'm
you
going
need
to settle
It
it.
wasn't
making
the first 8 months of my
excuses,
son's
dude,
life
and,
either. I get
why
it.
are you even here, Autumn?
But
Like,
Oh my god.
I'm here
You
because
can't
I'm
even keep
gonna
it. You
stand up
can't
for him
even.
and what the
Josh
hell
can't
I
even
know is
keep a
right.
job. Josh can't even keep a job for
here's the
more than
thing.
a month.
So you
I
can
get
be
$3
the
child
stepmom
support
to a
checks
kid
for our
that's
oldest
not
son.
yours, But I've been playing full-time dad here. It's
Cory
me.
is the man here doing your
And you
damn
knew what you
job.
signed
You're
up
not
for
doing
when you
anything.
got
You're
with
not
her.
doing
When
anything.
you
When I
guys either
first
need
met
to
you, I
step
told
up
you
or
if
step
you wanted to
aside.
be in a relationship with her, this was going to happen. I told you if you wanted to be with her, you were going to have to play the role as dad. But understand, at the end of the night, I will
But
always be
why
the
can't
father.
you?
That's
Why
my
can't you
DNA.
play
If
that
you wanna
role?
be, if you
You're
want
the
to
one
step up
turning
and
your
be
back
father,
on him.
yours.
that's your
You're the one
choice.
turning your back on him. No,
Because we don't know if it's Josh's or not.
Cheyenne, Cory,
Oh my god.
Josh, Autumn, I got the answer right here, okay?
Beautiful.
If we prove that Josh is the father, guess what? He has rights. If he's not the father, well, that's a different story. We're going to find out. In the case of 2-year-old Tice, Josh, you are the father.
Okay.
Hey, that's good.
I told you.
We'll start
I
working
told
on
you.
being able to get him and
Well, now
Cool.
there's no more excuses of why I can't have him. I want him.
Okay, are you gonna do
He's
it
my
then?
kid.
Are you gonna step up and help me financially
Yep.
support him and actually have a relationship with him so he knows who you are?
Yes. Every time I go pick up Jason, I'm going to pick up both of them from
Good.
now on. I'm
Okay.
going to change his name.
So here's the thing.
Right, we're not going to be a revolving door.
I
though.
can't
mean,
have the
we
same
can't
thing happen to
do
Tice that's
that.
happening with our oldest son.
He needs to know
Because-
who his father is, and right now, whether you are the father or not, that's me, buddy.
Cory,
I'm sorry.
Cory, there are a lot of blended families in this country, okay? And a lot of kids have to deal all the time, and there's a way to do it, with a biological father and a father in the house, okay? So I'm sure there's a way to do this, and if you're having a problem with that, I'm sure there are plenty of counselors will tell you how. You are not the father.